Hello, Mark Paquette here from MLB DFS Weather. It's Thursday, July 28th. Being a Thursday, you can find me on Twitter at MLB DFS Weather and all my write-up on at MLBDFSweather.com. This great looking site has been powered and partnered and sponsored by Daily Fantasy Cafe. So if you aren't already a follower of them, go over and check out some great fantasy site. I know I'm a huge baseball fan. That's my first and foremost love. But they have some great football stuff going on as people get prepared for their season long drafts and already thinking about their daily lineups as well. In terms of the weather today across MLB, we have very small concerns in terms of postponement. Now, in terms of delay, there could be some issues. Here's Minnesota. Baltimore's visiting. Just some light showers or drizzle around. This is the least concern of the four games that I mentioned there. Next, I'll go down to Philadelphia, is visiting Atlanta. We have our classic, ordinary, run-of-the-mill showers and thunderstorms that pop up in the afternoon and the evening in the southeast, move through, and then they dissipate overnight. So postponement seems highly unlikely here. Could there be a delay? Probably not, just because the coverage is so sparse, but there could be. So just keep an eye out for that. Well, I will as well. I'll be watching the radar. Texas is the same sort of deal as Atlanta. You get your normal showers and thunderstorms that pop up over the plains. They drop briefly heavy rain. They show some nice lightning. Then they push through. Postponement's unlikely in Texas. Could there be a delay? Sure. But just by the coverage of these, I don't think a delay is a high possibility. Last but not least, we have the White Sox visiting the Cubbies again for their finale of their four-game home-and-home series. We have some light to moderate but rather steady rain forecast to be right in the city around scheduled first pitch, and it's going to be pushing through there. So as long as the timing of this is correct, a delayed start is a possibility, but you have to remember that this is only a model. It's about, well, several hours away from being true, and the timing may or may not be correct on this. So again, I don't think there's a postponement threat here, but the delay threat is probably the highest in Chicago as compared to any of the other four games that I talked about. Leads me to parks that really favor batters or vice versa, favor pitchers. I like the hitters in Texas, Atlanta, and New York today. All locations have a wind blowing out. I should put a caveat that it's really not blowing out in Texas, but what happens with a wind blowing in from center or right, it bounces off a structure behind home plate and actually helps balls hit to center or right. Atlanta in New York, all three locations are warm. They're fairly humid. That helps with decreasing the air density, which allows balls to travel further. Poor hitting environments, I think the Angel Stadium with the Red Sox are visiting San Fran and Minnesota all favor the pitcher in one way or the other. Wind blowing in at Minnesota. Temperatures are generally kind of cool, though it is kind of muggy because of the drizzle. It's almost like a May type of game in Minnesota, not really an end of July where it's going to be drizzle and damp. But again, the wind's blowing in, so that may help the pitcher a little bit. In the classic California games, air density's high. The ball just doesn't carry well there, even though the wind's blowing out in both locations. Not much about does it for you. I'll continue to update the radar, like I said. I don't see any huge problems here today. Feel free to play anyone that you really want right now, I think. But I'll keep an eye on it, and please, again, follow me on Twitter, MLB DFS Weather, and check out our website, MLBDFSweather.com, and head on over to Sam and the rest of the crew, my partners at DailyFantasyCafe.com. Have a good one. Bye.